a lot is happening on Dogecoin. Of course, I think in that entire talk with it started, I think, with a tweet by Elon Musk, and the stock prices also. So just as we were talking about the rapid rise of Bitcoin, okay, we had a dog being introduced, and everybody started googling for Shiba Inu. I don't think many people knew about this Japanese dog. Uh, what are your thoughts on Dogecoin and the whole Bitcoin controversy, especially in the light of India government thinking about banning cryptocurrencies?
I thank you for having me on, Leslie, and great to reconnect, Subu and Neeraj. Thank you so much. I think interesting development by any standard. Clearly, like you said, it kind of got flagged off when Elon Musk, kind of tweeted about it, about picking up some Dogecoin for his son. But I think the other trigger was the fact that Elon Musk, as the head of Tesla, kind of announced that they're actually buying $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, and more importantly, the fact that they're looking at Bitcoin as a valid currency, so to speak. When it comes to booking and owning a Tesla.
Yeah.
So I think that development really spurred the entire momentum. And I really think in a sense it's kind of re-altered perceptions. For a lot of it, it was kind of a little hobby driven and driven by spurts. I think two things this points to. At one level, it's really the power of celebrity. The fact that today you've got people like Elon Musk, and there are a handful of people who can actually steer people's or the world's attention to a subject and kind of bring it center stage, right? Not to connect it, but pretty much like over the last fortnight, some international celebrities kind of tweeted about a farmer issue and suddenly brought it center stage. So in a sense, the power of celebrity is, I think, one thing in a sense it proved. The second, I think it's made people rethink the entire cryptocurrency space and Bitcoins in particular in the context of a non-sovereign, safe haven of value, right? Historically, it's always been, obviously a sovereign currency, a dollar, or whatever one trades in. But I think it's suddenly opened up the option that, if there are enough people around the world, there are enough famous people to start with, believe in a non-sovereign currency, then, the Bitcoin might just be doing the job. And therefore, the reality of it kind of came into the picture. So I really think it's that part is really critical. And the fact that people with large followers or large fan bases, if a handful of them across the world actually come and anoint something as sacred, then hey, that's going to be sacred. People are going to bow and say, okay, we're going to go forward with it.
Yeah, so but governments don't seem to be buying the story.
For now, yes, but like the fact remains is that when enough people start, I mean, let's say if Tesla accepts it, then maybe a handful of countries will say, okay, this works. I think it's a matter of time before governments will have to reconsider their positions. Right? So right now, the sovereign is supreme. Yeah.
Even the Indian government, because they're thinking clearly about banning and they know all these stories. I mean, that's what I find interesting. I mean, I said years like you find the Indian government sort of trying to stick to its, thing, talking time and again about blockchain. I understand the blockchain. We all understand clearly that blockchain is the underlying, technology. But at the same time, I mean, what's wrong with Bitcoin? One starts really figuring out, telling them that, okay, fine, you can invest now, you can get out in a phased manner. So what are your thoughts?
I think at a basic level, sorry, if I may, at a basic level, I'm a little uncomfortable because to my mind, let's say any other traded commodity or any other traded aspect, like a stock or a bond or whatever, is dictated by expectations on what that company can deliver in terms of profits in the future, right? So there is something that you're betting on, right? When I can buy a stock, I'm expecting that over time the stock will do well because the company which I'm buying a little ownership into is capable of creating value in the future of which I can be part of. In that sense, this is largely speculative, right? Because it's really the belief. But then one could say so is trading in gold or so is trading in any other commodity. It's what people value. But my point there is that most of the others have an intrinsic value to themselves, right? So in a sense, gold has, just ornamental value, or, when I trade in coffee or any metal, there is an intrinsic value. I'm going to use it. I'm going to repurpose it into something. So in that sense, it is speculative. And therefore, I'm a little very personal.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Subu, I kind of...
No, not at all. So, this essentially reminds me of, the musk lemon. I think it's yeah, yeah, because it is very scary to imagine that the one entire medium of exchange is going to be predicated on one bloke.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a very very scary thought. Uh, so to my mind, every time Musk tweets, okay, that something happens.
Sure.
Okay, and many a time he tweets, you know, about his own company,
Mhm.
and the damn share prices go down. Okay, and then everybody blasts him somewhere, and then they come up. Now, so I think in the overall context of Bitcoin, I think we've discussed it in the past. See, there are two things that are important. One is like Lloyd said, we are used to a sovereign, underwriting of medium of exchanges. Okay, and we are also used to, if the sovereign underwriting is not there, then we are used to a certain intrinsic value. Bitcoin has neither. Okay, which is what makes us uncomfortable. But having said that, I'm reasonably sure that in the next few months and not years, we are going to find sovereigns launching their own versions of crypto. Okay, it is inevitable because there's so much money out there. Okay, no sovereign is ever going to leave so much money on the table and walk away. Okay, at the end of the day, why is it that, whether it's a dollar, whether it's gold, whether it's oil, whether it's precious commodities, there is a certain sovereign interest in that, because let's not forget that sovereign is also there to make money
This is
with the
exactly what
power that the
governments
sovereign
are
has.
afraid of, I think so.
That's what I'm saying. So therefore, if the sovereign finds that there is somebody who's making tons load of more money, they find themselves out of the game. They are not going to allow it. And remember, they have the power. Elon Musk, for all his tweets, has only power over Tesla, okay, or maybe Signal now, okay, nothing more. So I think this sovereign involvement in crypto is going to happen sooner rather than later. The
Mhm.
second thing is, like all things nonsensical, in India, we start with the absurdity, saying that we're going to ban crypto, okay? And then some Mandarin will somewhere realize that, okay, no, it's not possible, you can't ban it. So let's embrace it. And then we will come with our own,
Yeah,
Bharat crypto,
and we'll
okay?
tax it also.
Yeah, we'll come with the Bharat crypto and then we'll charge 18% on that, okay? So I think this is the path that we followed over the years. Okay, we are not going to lose touch with a glorious history. Ban it, okay, embrace it, create your own version, and tax the hell out of it.
Yeah. No, what interests me is that each and every time we create these extreme positions. Either it's like, okay, I want to get rid of it, I want to ban it. It is never such thing. Okay, let's sit across the table. Let us try to figure out what this technology is on. And each and every time glorifying blockchain as opposed to Bitcoin, as if these two things are not intrinsic. They're actually intrinsic. They're actually one.
Absolutely.
They are
I mean,
linked.
so
They are linked.
I
Absolutely.
yeah, I find that segregation very odd, kind of stuff from a technology point of view, and even from it. Anyway, these things. I mean, I don't think this controversy is going to die in any hurry. Let's move on to
But
the second.
sorry, I just want to kind of play a little devil's advocate to one point that Subu made, and just partially. I think one aspect, while I totally agree with what you're saying, I think the fact that the size of the community, the number of people that believe in something, in a sense, has its own power, right? And while we're talking of one bloke in this context, and Elon Musk and his follower base, my sense is that if a handful of well-known celebrities, a Cristiano Ronaldo somewhere, or whatever, people in various fields, if they all start believing in it, then suddenly the value tends to kind of get infused with reality. There's a part of the size of the community. Just hypothetically, if Ratan Tata were to say, okay, I believe in it and I'm going to bid $1 billion on Bitcoin. For a lot of people, that kind of becomes now far more real. So I'm saying there is partially in this era of social media, sharing, the fact that if more people believe in something, then in a sense, its reality is larger. And I think that aspect is something that also is a new dynamic in place as opposed to just the sovereign guarantees in the past or the intrinsic value of companies or oil or any other traded commodity. Here
No,
it's also a shared belief.
but
So I
I
agree
think,
with you, Lloyd.
yeah, I think because
I
that's what
agree with
Subbu was
you.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, the more a value goes up, the higher is the degree of sovereign greed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So if Ratan Tata tomorrow endorses Bitcoin and say, I'm going to put $1 billion down, the next Monday, the government of India is going to announce its own, Bharat crypto.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think these are linked. The more people believe, the greed will increase and the sovereign will come in.
Correct.
The only
Correct.
danger is that you'll have multiple. So you'll have a US crypto, you have a Russian crypto, a Turkish crypto, a North Korean crypto, and an Indian crypto.
Yeah, but you never
And
know
opening
that
up the possibility of a crypto exchange, therefore. I'm saying, therefore,
exactly.
that's where, yes, yes.
Yeah, and the government might create something like a UPI kind of stuff, because we had
Correct.
mobile wallet. You had so many mobile wallets. We used to get confused. Okay, whether we should use this. Then the whole question of interoperability came in. We
Yes.
managed to succeed it. Okay, today it is seamless, and yeah, fine, things are working out. Let's hope this
Just
madness.
one last thing, Leslie. The downside of this, and I don't want to be arrested or anything, but the downside of this is you are now going to move from conventional forms of offense
Mhm.
to bio offense and now to crypto terrorism. Crypto will then become a current, because see, it is now under the table, it's under the radar,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It is, and that is what is scary. Even if sovereign comes, there will be private exchanges that will keep working, and that could become a tool for these extrajudicial, extra governmental forces to actually
Yes.
create a network.
Indeed.
True.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think we'll have to look at all this. I think currently we'll just give the government the benefit of doubt that whatever it is trying to do, it is doing to protect the investor interests. uh, we'll leave it at that for
Sure.
now.